Welcome to After the Final Bell, a podcast about what happens when an adrenaline-fueled career comes to an end and real life begins. Hosted by UFC striking coach Mike Gonzales and YouTube bounty hunter Trevor O'Connor.
It's not just about fights anymore. It's about what happens when the gloves come off.
And the real adventure begins.
Join Mike and Trevor as they chat about the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Life after the final bell isn't always easy, but it's always interesting. This is After the Final Bell.
Like, you never want to see somebody get hurt, but at the same time, you got to look at it and be like...
Sometimes you got to go, maybe shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Maybe be a good person.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that drives me crazy about fans. Oh, you're my favorite fighter.
This week.
Right now. Mm-hmm. Not even this week, right now. Because you're talking to me. I hate that one-liner from fans.
Israel and Iran are at war.
They're fighting.
Now,
Iran said to the U.S., pretty much keep your nose out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know.
I
don't know what's right or what's wrong, honestly.
That's the worst part.
You know what I mean? I don't think, well, I don't know.
I need to know. Was there an ice age in...
Click the join button now to become a member and gain access to all the behind-the-scenes footage, including our hilarious outtakes. Join us weekly for our members-only live podcast, but only when you click that join button.
Wake her up early and tell her 50 push-ups.
Start fighting.
And 100 sit-ups before you can come downstairs.
Just start fighting.
If we go chase a storm and catch one,
so let's say we drive
the
out
prize is
the
death.
Well, no, wouldn't it be like fulfilling for you if we in the storm and then all of a sudden we drive through it and the doors are falling off and you're like, woo, no?
That just seems like a bad choice.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Gonzales.
I'm Trevor O'Connor.
This is After the Final Bell, podcast about life after an adrenaline-fueled career has come to an end. Real life begins.
Sometimes I do ASMR. Hi, how are you?
That stuff's weird.
Yeah.
I think my what is it? ASMR? Whatever.
ASMR.
Yeah. Is watching chiropractors.
You like to hear the pop?
Oh, yeah. I love, yeah. I get mad too when they always get you with like clickbait, like massive. It's like, I'm like, you son of a, you just wasted 30 seconds of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is for sure chiropractors.
You know, chiropractor is a luxury that I should take more advantage of that I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can go to like the Joint
chiropractic,
and for like,
I think it used to be like $25 or $30.
Yeah, $20-25 a visit. You can just go in, or you can pay like $100 for the month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have deals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Prepay. I need to do that because my hips are always off, like swivel, and my back is bad.
So I had JJ, so I watch a lot of them, right? And I could adjust JJ pretty well, actually.
You do her neck?
Everything.
You do the
yeah.
Really?
Everything. I'm pretty good.
You know,
like I'm to the point where like because
you should have a degree.
Basically, because I've watched YouTube so much and I've watched like you got to feel this. So I can almost feel where it needs it now. Like, oh, you need it, bam. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Do you have one of those activator things?
No, I need to buy one. I should buy one. But I've always wanted to do that guy that does the ring thing where they put the towel around your neck and they pull you and it decompresses everything.
Oh, I have a.
So I told Jay to do this to me. She did it one time, and
do you think you were gonna die?
It felt like I couldn't breathe. It did feel good because from my neck all the way down to my ass, everything popped.
She didn't like do a fast.
Yeah, she was like boom. Yeah,
that scares me.
And I didn't even know I had a rib out, and I felt the rib just go. And it felt so good. And I felt for like a solid week. Mm-hmm. Oh, I felt amazing. My body was like, but ever since then, I've been afraid because like of the feeling, I was like, oh, this is gonna.
So last week or the week before, I ordered, because Kay Miller has, like, when it's girl time, it tears her up. like she gets compression headaches and body aches. And she was like, I just feel like I need my head stretched out. And so I ordered the thing off of Amazon where you put it around your head and your chin, and then you can just pull.
Yeah.
I wanted her just to pull me around the house like that because it felt so.
It does feel good. I don't have one of those, but I got like a long towel because the guy that I seen do it, he has a long towel, and you wrap it around their like neck like that, and you just like grab the base and just pull like that.
Oh yeah, this one goes like around the back of your head, and then it has one that comes across. So it pulls kind of equal.
Yeah,
and then you can pull at different angles.
Oh,
to like get.
It felt good. It feels like
like it.
When she did that to me, boy, it felt so. I was like,
the only issue is she doesn't weigh enough. Like she can't pull as much as like if you pulled, it would be different.
Yeah.
But it's super, super, super. You know, we've been using the TENS machine a lot.
We have one. I've always used that thing. It does help.
She gets a lot of tension headaches in her neck, and I put it on. And it's so funny watching her.
Yeah,
it looks like she has Tourette's.
Yeah, I use ours quite a bit. That's out of all our recovery stuff. I would say that's probably got the most use.
Yeah,
because that thing does work pretty good.
I put it on like my upper low back. A lot.
There's a new thing out that I've done it once, and JJ does it quite a bit. But I think it's called a PMF or PMEF or something like that. But it's like they have a bed, but they have these rings, and you put it like through your arm and put it where it's like hurting, and it's like a shot. It feels good. It works so good.
It's like a shock collar for your body?
Almost like, let me see. It looks like this. Hold on.
Can we order it on Amazon?
For $5,000.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
I'm not ordering that. Nope.
Yeah. There's the chiropractor has it now. But we had to go to
Dr. Trent?
Yeah, we had to go to this one's only $1,100.
Still not. The way that my checking and my savings are set up.
It's like this.
Let me see. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
now I want to watch videos.
So you go
take a screenshot and send it to Kristen.
Okay.
Because she's going to put it in right there.
All right. I'm going to take a good screenshot because
a good one.
We'll get. Well, look, dang, these ones are expensive. Way out of our price range here. $23,000.
23,000. Does it have a flux capacitor? Can I time travel with it?
It's the new thing though, but it is awesome.
Yeah, for $23,000.
It's I like.
Does
I said,
it come with a happy ending?
If you've got your wife there, I'm sure. Yeah. You know, I don't know.
I don't think I'm in.
Yeah, there. But yeah, that the 10th unit. I like the cupping feels. I put cups on
her the other day.
A cupping only works on me right here though, because I carry a lot of my tension here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I notice a lot, and even during the podcast, if you watch, my shoulders end up by my ears a lot.
Yeah.
And it's this.
So
how I am.
Ice bath. Maybe she should do an ice bath.
She won't do it.
Why?
I try to talk her into it,
but there was
won't do it.
They said so. We're gonna try it with this fight camp. I think supposedly, because I used to get it as cold as possible, and I can get it to 34. Right, and so Jay just sitting there for 10 minutes.
Right.
But supposedly for women, like if you keep it to like the 40s or the 50s, it works the same for them as if it was.
So I have to be colder?
Yeah.
I'm more like a woman though.
Yeah.
Like 40 something is. Once we get below 40 in the ice, it's painful.
It hurts.
Like I don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, it hurts.
Like
I haven't.
40 degrees is refreshing. Like if you get up an ice bath at 40 degrees in the morning, it's like drinking an energy drink right then.
Oh,
it's ready to go.
Man, I talk myself out. Like it takes me 30 minutes to get in for 5.
Really?
Oh, I contemplate my whole life in that 30 minutes. Like,
So we have the big soaker tub upstairs.
yeah.
Only problem is it has that overflow drain.
Yeah. So it spills, right?
So it'll drain out instead of spilling out of the tub. And I can't get enough of my body in the water because the overflow keeps it down.
Mm-hmm.
So I either had to have like my center mass up to my face
Yeah.
and my legs kind of out, or I can put my legs in and be up to here.
Yeah. And doing an ice bath in a tub is way worse than doing an ice bath outside. Way worse.
Why?
I don't know, but it is way worse. Trust me.
I saw an ice bath with a chiller.
I know. I want to buy one.
It was like $250. I almost bought it. It was on Marketplace.
Nobody, you know what? For those chillers, I've responded to a few of them.
Nobody ever gets back to you.
Nobody ever gets back to me. I'm just like, there was one that did get back to me, but he wanted $800, and I looked online. I could have got it for $750. I'm like,
right. I saw a guy on Marketplace who builds them out of old freezers
that's cool.
for like $550.
But how
$600.
hard would that be? You got to obviously clean the inside and caulk the,
Mm-hmm.
and then what? Plug it in?
He drills them and puts a filter in.
Oh.
So
So the water's circulating.
So your water's not stagnant, gross water. So he has the chiller still works. You turn it on and your temperature gauge is in there. But then he adds a filter. So he drills 2 holes, puts an out and an in, so the water goes through the filtration, circulates.
Oh, okay.
Which is easier to stay cold, and your water doesn't
Get nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh, I know.
When I think about an ice bath,
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people and they keep them full for a long time.
You can't.
And every time I think of how, like that water's just been there.
Well, because we do it. Well, she's been going now. Last camp, this one, she's going to go to Denver Sports Recovery because I would buy ice 2 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in there between 160 and 200 pounds of ice, which gets it to that low 30s, right? And that's expensive. It's like $90 a ice bath.
So just a theory.
No, I know. That's why I've been looking at the chiller. That's why I've been looking at.
Well, even a poor man's version of this would be like 2-gallon jugs of water frozen in your freezer.
But I don't have a freezer big enough.
For a gallon?
No, well, it's got all our food in there.
I'm just saying, if you had a freezer,
Yeah.
if you had a garage, you don't have a garage.
No.
If you had a chest freezer or something, you could put like 4 gallons of,
And
then you fill it with cold water. Then you just throw the gallons in there.
That'd be a good idea.
And then when you just take them out, put them right back into the freezer. And so you always have ice.
Yeah. I haven't thought
You could buy a chest freezer for $100. That's 1 ice bath.
Yeah.
And it's paid for the first time.
Well, I've thought even about, I was like, I looked online on Marketplace. Somebody was selling an ice machine for $300. Like, I could just
Commercial ice?
Yeah, could hook that thing up. But I don't know where to put it either because I don't have a garage.
Right. Just get a little chest freezer, dude.
I need to look for one.
You can put it on the back porch.
Maybe Home Depot. Do you think Home Depot has them?
We could go. You could also find one for cheap on Marketplace.
Yeah.
If you just want a shitty chest freezer to throw on the back porch to
Keep.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you could keep some long-term frozen food in the bottom
Yeah.
and then your gallons.
On top.
Yeah, and then you always have big pieces of ice that are going to cool down things
Yeah.
and hold temperature better. I thought about getting some for here for when I do ice baths upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting something that I could freeze and throw in there.
Yeah.
Because I can only get the water to like 48.
Which is cold still.
It's good enough for a
Yeah.
wake up, but it's
Yeah.
not a true, it's not like a recovery
Yeah.
ice bath. But I mean, you can only get the water so cold without buying $100 worth of ice.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing $100 ice bath.
No.
I wish that Choose had an ice bath.
I'm surprised more. I know that. Well, in the Northfield, you've been to Northfield where they have all the stores, right? I'm assuming Bass Pro where Bass. I think in the Macy's, because Macy's closed, they're building a Lifetime Fitness.
Oh yeah.
And Lifetime has been putting in cold plunges now.
Yeah, but have you seen the price?
No, I know. I'm probably signing up for a month, maybe.
No, you won't.
I might. I'm gonna try.
Look.
For Lifetime?
Yeah.
How much is this?
I looked.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Well, not too far from here.
Yeah, it's right up on 136th or 144th.
Let's see. Lifetime Fitness.
I looked because they have everything.
They do. I go in there with Valor because he has the like the where you can do
Bring a guest one.
Yeah, and that was actually nice. $200 a month.
Yeah.
This membership includes unlimited signature group training. I don't want group training.
Everything I found that got me like all the recovery stuff was over $200 a month there. But I don't.
So it's $279 a month for 2 people. $329 a month for 3 people.
Are you ready to spend $280 a month?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it for a month to go see.
And then what?
And then
you're going to want to go there.
Well, maybe I can make friends.
How are you going to make? Was that has it passed that you can just go with?
No, with the employees where they just be nice to me.
You have that?
I'll make friends over there. I like making friends.
You don't have that. You get that
sometimes. Sometimes
you get the hook it up deal.
Sometimes
I'd send JJ.
Yeah, she'll
get the hook it up deal way faster.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm surprised those aren't really standard anywhere, like in gyms nowadays.
Well, because like Choose has a hot tub.
Yeah.
So you already have standing water there. They have a lap pool.
Yeah.
Why would you not have a cold pool next to the hot tub?
I don't know.
Even if you keep it at like 40.
Yeah. Trevor, he built one. He built a big sauna. It's got like 6 people. And so you have to walk up these stairs. He built it up high. Mm-hmm. And then on the floor, if you lift the bottom up, there's a cold tub right there.
Inside the
sauna.
You could go from hot to
yeah. I haven't seen it, but that's what everybody at the gym.
Talking about.
Everybody at the gym that goes to
see him
and stuff.
He's opening up a little more.
Yeah, he is.
He got very guarded for a while. It was like him, Rose, Justin, and then Camaro.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot more people starting to show up.
Yeah, they're doing the wrestling on Thursdays, I guess, which have been a thing for a while. But
is
that was
Jed over there?
No.
Who does the wrestling?
His name's Ben. I think it was Gaethje's coach in college, or he coached Gaethje at some point in time, and they crossed paths at whatever. So, and then Saturdays Trevor does like a footwork thing, where it's open, but it's also
invite only open.
Yeah, you can't be
like if
just
you're in the club, you can show up.
You could be like, "Can I come?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, that's fine." But if you're like just a random person,
do you think he needs me to go teach footwork?
He might. Yeah, but he's trying, which makes me think like he's probably thinking like Gaethje's getting ready to
be done,
soon hang it up, and Kamaru's doesn't have. How many more does he have, really?
Kamaru's got this championship run left in him, probably. Yeah.
So,
and Justin's probably right behind him.
Mm-hmm. So,
if Justin gets a belt, he retires, I bet.
Oh, yeah. I even think if Kamaru gets that belt back, if they're like, Kamaru, you want to fight next for the belt? And he's like, yeah, and wins. I wouldn't be surprised if.
Drop the gloves right after they strap the belt on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kamaru looked good the other day.
He finally wrestled.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he had to, though. He had to wrestle.
Yeah, you don't want to stay.
No.
It was good, though.
Yeah.
Like wet blanket wrestling.
Mm-hmm. But.
That's old school good shit.
Yeah. So that's enough about cold plunges.
Yeah. Rose looked good.
Yeah, they're pretty happy. I could tell when they're happy because they talk about it, they call, which is good. You know what I mean? It's good to see them because they don't really sometimes soak in the wins. as much as
They just hurry home and
and as much as I think that they should, just for
because she really sits hard with losses.
oh yeah,
Give yourself equal
give yourself some equal
credit on the other side. Like big wins are big wins.
Yeah, she looked good.
Sucks for Maverick. That's going to be a year.
Yeah, she said
ACL.
This is going to be too much, but it's like she supposedly did tear her ACL because she on her Instagram said she has surgery Wednesday or next week or whatever. But how you get to diagnose yourself right away? She made a post that night. She made a post that night. I
thought it was a medical
No, she made a post that night. I tore my ACL in the second round. Which
maybe she stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. She got extra smart overnight.
She's like, you got to be. I don't know. She's not everybody's cup of tea.
Let the doctors be the.
She's
doctors.
a little different,
Boisterous.
Well, man, it bums me out because I feel like the way she treated people, like when we would train with her and stuff, I was like, why don't you talk to like, she would never talk to like Raquel like that or JJ like that or people that weren't really afraid of her.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And she
domineering over people she thinks she can
forces people like to buy her gloves, to buy her stuff.
How do you force someone to buy it?
So like there's a fighter that gave her a ride home because her card broke down or something. I don't know. But the girl's like, I'll give you a ride home. No issues. Like offered. And then Miranda's like, here, you want to buy my gloves? Instead of be like, oh, you gave me a ride home. Here's
some gloves.
Yeah.
Buy my glove. Like UFC gloves?
No, like
just gym gloves?
Her own line of boxing gloves.
She has her own
Fear the Maverick boxing gloves, yeah. And shin pads.
Oh. I'll probably just go with Onyx.
So yeah, she's not my favorite.
Yeah.
She's not like,
I mean, you have to be your biggest fan and your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
But there's still there's still a way to go about it.
Well, like she's selling honey. It's like, I know you don't have any honeybees.
Right. She's trying to sell local honey.
I don't know. She bought it and put her, whatever her name of her.
Because there's local honey is really good for allergies.
Mm-hmm.
If you have allergies, you got to get honey from the area.
Yeah.
And then you eat like 2 teaspoons of that a day for a little while, and then it'll alleviate your allergies for the most part. But I don't want to buy honey that I think is local and is just some drop ship shit.
Yeah. So she's different.
Yeah. Oh, well.
She's different. We don't have to worry about her in the fight world anyway for a while. What's that, a year?
That's a year.
Yeah.
That's always a year.
That's a bummer. You don't want to see somebody get hurt.
Yeah, you don't want that for anybody.
You don't want to see somebody get hurt. But at the same time, sometimes I think of like certain karma things, man. And I think
I
like,
didn't say it. I was thinking
I think, and this is just honest, like, she put her in, like her and Rose are doing a training camp when Rose fought here in Denver and she was going to fight Barber. Right. And they're doing training camp. They're training all the time. Maybe not training every day, but they're training quite a bit,
right.
Sparring a lot. Well, Maycee fell off. She put her name in the hat right away. You know what I mean? So like,
just disrespectful.
So it's like there's certain things I think that, you got to be careful because it will come back to you.
Well, and if you were actively in camp with them, their opponent falls off. Nothing inside of you should say,
no,
I'll take this fight.
No.
You like maybe someone else takes that fight, goes along, you take another fight, and then your camps are different. And you're like, well, it's a good matchup. I'll take the fight now.
And here's like something just that my personal experience with her is like the way she talks. I'm just like, you can never trust her because there was a moment where we were all still training at Easton because that's where the team was, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were all still training there. And the girls, Peter and Valor, they had the girls group session going. So all the girls were there. It was a good session. But then she comes up and she asked to fight Andrea Lee. right? And I was like, I thought you guys were friends. You guys train together. He said like it, but I didn't really say anything. But she comes on and say she thinks we're friends.
Oh.
But I want to fight her. Like,
So you faked friendship with her to get what you needed.
yeah, and then
now there's an opportunity to maybe pad your record with
because
someone
maybe
on the
you
way.
had good. Well, obviously she beat her, but maybe you already knew, like, you know what I mean.
You
It's just
already
like,
had the cheat code.
Yeah. So for me, it's just like I don't. It's hard for me to like.
Yeah, there's no honor in living that way.
No, so
There's just not.
So like you never want to see somebody get hurt, but at the same time, you got to look at it and be like.
Sometimes you got to go. Maybe shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Maybe be a good person. Like you can be your biggest champion and very aggressive about moving your career forward and still be a good person.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not hard to be a good person.
Yeah. It's not.
And that's all.
And being a good person and seeing people succeed doesn't do anything to your succession.
No.
Really.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
it's the same thing we talk about with podcast stuff. Like other podcasters, we want to have on our show.
Yeah.
Why? Because we like them or we think that what they have going on is cool and some of our fans may enjoy watching their shit or may catch up. Like when we had Vinny and Justin on.
Yeah. Maybe,
Blood, Sweat, and Banner. They just put up a new
episode.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's plenty of room, dude. You're not the only of everything.
Yeah.
If you think you're the only podcast that your people listen to, you're crazy. If you think that if you're a fighter and you think your fans only like you're crazy. No other fight, you're crazy. I mean,
that's another thing that drives me crazy about fans. Oh, you're my favorite fighter
this week,
right now. Not even this week, right now, because you're talking to me. I hate that one liner from fans. Oh, you're my no. You have a bunch of favorite fighters.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's where I'm at.
We can leave that now.
Yeah,
I was very careful.
One of the guys from the gym, one of the parents from the gym, Delilah and his daughter wrestled, not on the same team, but she went to a different high school, and then Delilah did a few practices, and she'd been doing jiu-jitsu since she was little, so I kind of met her dad through Valor and stuff. He's like, we were talking, he's like, oh, I'm listening to your podcast. He's like, I was like, oh, right on, thank you,
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I was like, thanks.
You're like,
yeah, I was like, he's like, I want to see how controversial you guys get. I said, well, we're going to try. He's like, okay, good, because that's what people want to hear. Like,
yeah. Here's the thing. I don't mind being controversial.
No, but
I'm not going to clickbait.
Well,
I'm not going to be intentionally controversial on things that I don't really care about.
No, and I think like he was also meaning like, are we going to only talk about certain things?
Right. Are you guys going to be spicy enough? Are you?
Yeah.
Will you not talk about things because you're scared?
Yeah.
No, we'll talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what, and that's what I told him. We're going to talk about everything.
Speaking of which, Israel and Iran are at war.
They're fighting.
Now, I have a question because I'm not a smart man.
Okay.
When Hamas attacked Israel, they had the dome. Remember their defenses like were blowing up Hamas's rockets, and they wouldn't even get in
to the.
But did they not pay the bill?
I don't know,
because Iran's rockets
are hitting,
making their way.
Well, are Iran's rockets a little bit more?
I don't know, but like if that's your thing, like you have the. I can't remember what it's called, but they call it like the something dome, blah, security. And you'd see the rockets and they would just blow up.
I've been watching a lot of the stuff on X and some stuff on TikTok, and it's hard to believe a lot of the things. Like I try to watch it because there are some that got me. I'm like, oh, that was AI generated.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, damn. But I did see a thing on X last night while I was waiting at the airport where Iran stated that I don't know. Or the media said that Iran said something along the lines like something's going to happen.
They have something planned for that night that the world is going to.
For centuries. What does that mean? They're going to blow everybody up?
Well, the world can't talk about it for centuries. If everybody blows up.
And who knows how long this is gonna. And then today they said Iran said to the U.S. pretty much keep your nose out of it, which I don't know.
We can't keep our nose out of
I don't know
anything.
what's right or what's wrong. Honestly,
That's the worst part.
You know what I mean? Like
it's the worst because based on the narrative, you can believe in both sides.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you just listen to the narrative of one side, you're like, that makes sense. And then you listen to like Israel and what they're, and you're like, no, that makes sense. So I don't
like if you really think, like you said, if you really think about it, both sides make sense. At the same time, it's like,
or both sides are assholes. I don't know.
Like, what is everybody trying to accomplish? Because in the end, the only ones hurting are the people.
Right.
Really. Like it said something about like one of the government officials or whoever got on the plane and left. That's the same thing that would happen here if something happened and the president we would be left here.
Then he would
just like when 9/11 hit, didn't they go hide the president?
Oh yeah.
And then we're all out here. That's the same thing that's happening over there. You know, and the people are gonna
secret bunker.
You know, the people are gonna end up hurting, and who knows how many people have been killed. I know they probably don't want to say.
No.
You know, the civilian people because they're not just hitting.
No.
You know, I don't know. They're gonna.
I'm trying to think.
You think that'll start a war? You think that can? I mean, it can start a world war, right?
100%.
It can.
These are the two matches that have the ability to hit World War kerosene.
Yeah.
Because there's so many allies and conflicts from both sides.
Yeah.
Like,
but the thing is like every country, I feel, is going to do what's right for them.
Well, as they should.
Right? As you should.
Mm-hmm.
But like, just like, you know, you got Russia and China. Those guys are going to do what's right for them.
And that's the big problem. Like Russia and China teamed up is bad for anybody else.
Yeah. But at the same time, I wonder, can they be cool with each other? Because I feel like most of those guys all just want to be dictators.
They ever say they think we're friends?
Yeah, maybe. They might. They might. You never know.
Yeah. It's so hard, dude.
Yeah,
I don't get any of it. Like I want to understand.
Did you see that video of that lady on the news? She was in Iran. She was, you know, taking the news and whatever she was saying. They blew the news station up.
She went off air?
Live.
Her feed was gone?
Gone.
Wow. Yeah, I hate. It's different being an American and there being wars.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't happen here.
No.
So we watch the war on TV.
Yeah.
But if you're in Iran or Israel,
that would be scary, man.
You're hearing.
And it's probably not just that. If you're close enough, you probably feel the ground shake.
Yeah.
Because those are massive bombs.
So it's
like, how do you even sleep at night?
Crazy for me to understand. Because here, I mean,
we're
like, oh, we're at war with who? Oh, these four people. Oh. And we kind of keep up.
Yeah.
We're in a million conflicts all the time, but none of them
ever reach.
And we're not in proximity to countries that hate, you know, it's not like.
Because even the last war here, it was between us, the Civil War.
Right.
Before that was what? The Revolutionary War?
Well, I mean, there was the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Oh, yeah. You're right. That was a
direct attack.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Hawaii, so it didn't feel quite as connected, but
it's still, yeah.
But every war that goes on, we just watch.
Yeah, we don't ever, which I'm so glad we don't. I mean, that's like, I'm glad I never.
I mean, even Russia in war with Ukraine, people in Russia are being, you know, there's bombs.
Oh, yeah. They're not. So right now there's two big wars going on, huh?
There's probably 10. We just don't know about them.
Well, there's another.
There's Ukraine and Russia. There's Iran and Israel. Israel and Hamas, are they still at war?
Yeah, I would
Israel's going to fill their quota. Like, they're not going to be able to have any more wars. They're going to have to wait.
So time out. You got to hold on for.
Yeah.
There's also a war between.
There's a cool off.
So the UFC's in Baku or whatever.
Yeah.
In Armenia, them two are fighting, and I only find that out because one of the guys from the gym, he asked me to go with him, but I was like, I can't, right? I which I'm so glad
because you didn't have to fly into a war zone.
I'm so glad, but I before that I couldn't go, you know. And
do they call? Does the UFC call the opposing war people and be like, "Hey, we've got an event.
Well, I don't know.
Try not to bomb this area."
Well, so I asked him. I said, Hey, Mo, why don't you ask Arut? Because Arut's always gone with him on a lot of his fights. Oh, he can't. So I said, and I asked Arut, I said, you can't go with Mo? He's like, no. He's like, my country's at war with them. And he's like, I don't want to go there. I said, they'll keep you? He's like, well, I don't want to find out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, the UFC said that they would take care of him. And he's like, I believe him. I'm not willing to.
I believe you, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to test the theory.
Yeah. So
against people that hate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Arut.
Yeah, me too.
I like him. He seems all like intense, and then,
then
you chat with him, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I was thinking about this morning because your plane was delayed last night.
Yeah.
Weather, right?
Yeah, it was weather on because it was pouring rain in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Pouring rain. It was crazy.
There's tornadoes.
That too.
In Ohio.
Yeah. So,
and
but they
not here to last night, but tornadoes here recently.
Yeah. Yeah. But they said there was a ground stoppage, so that's why we were delayed coming in. Yeah.
Does it seem like there's more tornadoes
than normal?
Yeah.
Well, lately I feel like last year there was a lot, and I feel like here's my science. Here's what I think. Right.
This is what I want.
So years ago.
How many?
Maybe when that big tsunami hit Japan, 10 years ago.
Okay, 20, we'll call it a decade.
It's been at least a decade, right? So that, and I could be wrong. Okay?
But the science is never wrong.
Yeah, this is what they call it. This is my hypotheses or whatever. So there was that big earthquake that caused that big tsunami, and they said that earthquake was so strong that it tilted some of the axis of the Earth. Like we went from, I don't even know.
Only the globe Earth, though, right?
We went, the globe Earth.
Not the flat. It didn't change the axis to the flat Earth.
No, we're still frisbee.
Okay.
Or no, we're that one. That one exercise ball that where you put
it's only half.
That's what we are.
You turn it over and do push-ups on it.
Yeah. That's what we are. Oh. Okay, so we're not. But it tilted from here to here or here to here. I don't know. And I've been convinced that messed up everything in the weather pattern.
What about the dinosaurs?
Huh?
Did they mess up the weather pattern?
The dinosaurs?
Yeah.
No. How many? No. There are no dinosaurs.
There were.
Where? I seen some dinosaur tracks.
Did you?
No, but we seen a bald eagle. That was cool.
We did see an eagle while we were.
They were massive birds.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
People don't understand.
No, it was still. It was still far.
Yeah, it was 300 yards,
and that thing was.
It was still 2 feet tall.
I feel like it was this tall. What came up to my chest?
Yeah. Have you ever been like somewhat?
No, not that close.
Eagles are big.
They're massive birds, man.
There's a video. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or Google, where all of these bald eagles are feeding at the docks in Alaska.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty cool.
And like there's a handrail that is at least 36 inches tall.
Yeah, that one stand there.
And they're standing next to them, and they're like almost as tall as, they're big.
They're big birds, man.
If they weren't the official bird of America, they're kind of like vultures, dude. They're not like...
Yeah.
Like they eat whatever scraps.
Take it.
But they're big, man.
It wasn't a bald eagle, but when I was working at Lowe's, I parked and then I hear this racket up and I'm like, what is going on up there? It's one hawk has a rabbit and the other hawk wants a rabbit. So they're fighting midair.
They couldn't
For
just
the
have
rabbit.
half a rabbit each.
No, and they were fighting so much that they let the rabbit go and it fell, and then they both left.
They were like,
I'm like,
we're out.
well, he's dead. You might as well take
Come back
him.
and get him.
But, yeah.
You know, it reminds me, I had a crazy omen. It's been since we lived at our old apartment.
Mm-hmm.
When I was bounty hunting full time, real bounty hunting.
Yeah. Real bounty hunting. You hear that, guys?
Not the show.
Yeah.
Show is not the real bounty hunting. I walked out because I got information on a guy.
Yeah.
And I went to get in the car, and there was a hawk sitting on top of my car.
On top.
Yeah, just on the top of the car, just there looking.
Wow.
Big, probably
Yeah.
like 18 inches. And I was like, oh, that's really fucking weird.
Huh.
And so I shooed the hawk away,
Yeah.
got in the car. Well, we ended up in a situation with this guy in a parking lot of Lowe's where we caught him in time. Like, he pulled in, he had a bunch of stolen merchandise, and he was going in to try to return it for gift cards or cash or whatever
Yeah.
they do. So he pulled in to a parking space and got out and was walking into the store. So the timing wasn't perfect. So we waited. I pulled in and got the nose up spot on it. So we were basically nose to nose, from two separate angles. And my partner at the time stayed down at the end of his row, and we were on radio. So I said, all right, when he's about to get in the car, because I don't want you to pull up too soon and him run on foot. When he's about to get in the car, I need just pull up so close to his bumper in the back
He can't move.
that he doesn't have it. Well, my partner did exactly as I asked, except he stayed a little bit too far back. So the guy was able to pull back up a bit. He backed up into the guy who was with back tire.
Car, yeah.
And then went between me and it was a handicap space next to me, but there was a car there, but they have that like slightly wider.
Yeah, the extra big.
All the way down the side of my car. Just all the way down. Not good.
Yeah.
And then it was a stolen car, so he just kept going. We ended up catching him another time, but when I got home, I was talking to Kay Miller about it, and she was like, well, that bird was probably an omen that was telling you. And I was like, no, there's a bird in my car. I needed to go to work. But yeah, then she started looking it up, and I guess there was a bunch of stuff about it. Not like about that incident, but about like birds as omens and.
To like give you a heads up?
I guess. Like, I should have understood that meant something bad was going to happen.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know. I got to go arrest a guy.
That's going to make me go crazy if a bird gets on my
car.
Well, not like a
sparrow.
No. Like a hawk or one of that big old black crow looking birds.
Are you just like, you're not going anywhere today?
I guess.
I'm good.
What happened? Nothing. He said I can't go.
There's a bird there. He said no.
The bird said no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, back to tornado. It seems like tornadoes are crazy right now. There was a bunch out here.
Yeah. Out east, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had an earthquake here last week.
Yeah, in Windsor.
It was like 2.1. So you couldn't really.
You probably had to be really in the middle to be right. Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, because I don't remember the last time we had an earthquake here.
Do you think that big volcano in Yellowstone's going to erupt soon?
Oh, I hope so. Well, but that's bad for us.
I think we're dead.
We're in the fallout of that.
Yeah,
right?
we're dead.
Yeah, we should. Maybe not that one. We'll do a different one. Also, bounty hunting, like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
I had to fly to San Francisco because one of the skips was out there. And the bondsman put me up in a hotel, and it was right by the airport, but it was a tall hotel. I'd never felt a real earthquake before.
You felt it?
I was laying in bed. I just got off the plane. I was like
relaxing,
just relaxing for a little bit. And all of a sudden I felt.
What? Did you get scared?
I was like, what the shit?
Because that's a hotel. It could fall.
I was probably 20 floors up.
Oh. That would be freaky. And this isn't happening in Colorado.
It felt a little bit like turbulence on an airplane.
Really?
Not like the drop turbulence, but you know, when it's just like.
I mean, this isn't here, but even like there's the volcanoes are going crazy right now.
Yeah.
A lot of them are erupting.
Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. They had that one in Spain.
There's a lot.
You know, there's a lot of those going around. And I don't know if it's because now with social media and all that, but.
Do you think it's because the flat earth is trying to prove a point by pushing stuff out?
Sure. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. I don't know.
If there's lava down
I mean,
there,
how much lava can be down there before the thing caves in?
or if it's flat earth,
Here's a question.
can it just,
Speaking of which.
why doesn't it just burn out the bottom and drop?
Yeah. Why is it, I don't do this. This is just a thought.
Okay.
So since we're talking about the earth and you dealt with oil.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys drill for the oil comes up, gets sent off. Why is it bad to put the oil from your car on the ground in the dirt? Isn't it soaking up back into the earth?
Well, that's processed though.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
I mean, but even if you pump oil out and cause an oil spill, it's a huge problem.
But why?
Because it's bad for the surface. It's not bad. It's meant to be in reserves underground.
But doesn't that seep up or no?
No.
Oh.
No, you pump it up.
Hmm.
You don't just drill a hole and it starts coming up.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, doesn't
you're pumping
the ground,
pressure down into the reserve. So
yeah, but no, what I'm saying is like,
look,
okay, so
but here, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show
so
you. I
listen
understand
up.
what you're trying to say, but listen, Linda. So this is the well pad.
Okay.
Okay, this is the well that's on here.
Yeah.
So this pump jack, the things that you see, they're pumping when it goes. So when you drill the well, you drill down, and then sometimes they'll drill at an angle to hit the reserve. But it's almost, it's kind of a sealed system. It's not real port, like it stays in there because it's completely sealed. So when we drill down and drill in, they're pumping pressure down into that area that the well reserve is in. And there's only one thing that can happen when you push pressure in, it has to come out somewhere. So that's where your well head is, and you're collecting the oil from there.
Oh.
So if I stop pumping from the top, pressure in, it just stays.
Oh. Okay.
No matter how much hole you've drilled, it doesn't.
So it doesn't soak up into the ground or nothing? It's just like a tank under there that's kind of.
It's not. Yeah, it's.
Yeah,
not
I know what you mean.
like
Yeah, but it's
a
like
natural
it's like
tank.
it's not going to get out. Oh, okay. Then that makes sense.
I mean, maybe if there was an earthquake and a fissure
Broke.
and then it had somewhere, they'd find somewhere else to collect.
I want to know how oil gets in there.
It's so funny because
How do you?
like there'll be an oil reserve over here,
Yeah.
but you only have pad rights to something over here. So they're figuring out how to like directional drill
To get there.
It's like in the cartoons.
It's like a fishing hole, huh? You could be right here and the fishing hole's like right here. Yeah.
Well, it's like in the cartoons when they want to drink someone's milkshake.
Yeah.
And they just keep adding straws.
Yeah.
And that's how they go and get the oil from over there. Because it's only so far down that you can't be in their area. But once you're down to that level, you can
just get it.
You can stick your straw in from the side.
Yeah, that's cool, I guess.
There's big fights over oil.
Oh, I bet.
Because they're like, it's the reserve is right underneath my land, and the guy 3 miles over is like,
it's mine.
That's okay.
We'll get it somehow.
I'll get over there. Yeah, I don't know. Weather is weird right now.
Yeah, weather is weird, man. It's rainy. They had that big old hailstorm too up.
In the middle of the night, we had a hailstorm here.
Oh, here?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Not last night, the night before.
Wow.
Like 1 o'clock in the morning hailstorm. I've never heard a big hailstorm in the middle of the night.
Because that'll wake you up.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was.
Were you like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was still kind of drowsy because obviously I take sleep medicine. But I was like, what the shit? How big does that hail have to be? Then I was, because we just got the roof replaced.
Oh.
It's not even like 3 months old.
Oh. Did you go up there?
No.
You don't want to? You don't?
I might fly the drone.
Okay.
Just to see.
Is it like a out of sight, out of mind right now?
I can't take any more right now. This is going to have to hold on.
Because roofs aren't cheap.
No. And we have solar.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're going to have to see if it's...
So all the solar has to come off to replace the roof.
Well, what if it's broke?
Or if they broke the solar panels?
The panels, yeah.
That'd be tough. They're pretty...
Durable?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
But they got to take those off.
To re-roof.
Oh, man. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weather is crazy right now.
I don't want to be like one of those weird alarmists that are like, see, global warming did this. And I'm like, well, maybe. But
I'll be honest, I don't really understand.
We're poking a lot of holes in a lot of places and doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually you irritate an ecosystem enough. Whether it's by temperature or drilling.
What is global warming? That's where the Earth is warming up?
The Earth is warming due to a decreased amount of ozone. The ozone layer is being depleted.
Because of us.
Pollution or aerosols or this or that. The ozone layer is being depleted, which is allowing more direct UV
to come in.
Yeah. If it's true.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Well, didn't something happen, I don't know, hundreds of years ago where they said that so many people died and it changed whatever, I don't even know, the gases or it changed a lot of like the things because there's so many, like there's not that pollution coming up. It could be.
But we also can talk about like there was an ice age.
They say.
Oh yeah, because there's dinosaurs. So we don't know. But then obviously global warming happened.
But didn't they say that
they're finding things that are frozen?
Yeah.
That are being exposed now. They're saying there's an ice age that was huge, like most parts of the globe.
But isn't there somewhere, I'd have to look this up, where something gained some ice, which means it's like got bigger. Which does that mean
one of the glaciers or
got bigger? So is that a good thing?
I think that's good.
All right. I don't know. Could be.
Does flat Earth have
glaciers?
Global warming? Does flat Earth have? Was there an ice age in the flat Earth world? Was there an ice age?
No. I don't think. Well, I don't know.
I need to know. Was there an ice age in flat Earth science? And how did that happen? These are things we don't know.
We don't know.
We've never lied and said we were smart men.
No. But the ice age, maybe.
You've watched the movie.
So maybe it is, yeah.
If they made a movie out of it, it's got to be true.
Ice age. That'd have been weird to see. Like, it really, like, if
that'd been miserable.
I hate how long do you think obviously there's no people alive, they say, or was there? I don't know.
Yeah, Eskimos.
They were alive? No. See what this ice age was.
It was during dinosaurs.
How many millions of years ago?
While you're looking that up, I was flipping through Google this morning, and I don't like. It's not even. Well, yeah, I'm listening.
Between 2.4 and 2.1 billion years.
Yeah, with the dinosaurs.
God. Okay,
it didn't happen.
I'm done.
It didn't happen.
Okay, we're moving on from this topic.
So the ice age didn't happen.
They don't even know. They don't even know what numbers look like that high.
I'm just asking. Did it not happen?
No, I don't think so. Then
they put it over in the pile with the dinosaurs.
I caught something that on our fishing thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got something that was over 200 million years old.
You didn't.
Yeah, it did.
You didn't.
You don't know. That's what my science tells me.
You're saying matter cannot be destroyed. Only.
I don't know.
So you're saying that the carbon that created the thing that you caught could have been millions of years old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what now?
Are we going to go magnet fishing again?
Yes. But this time we got a spot. But this time I think we should go to a dock.
That's what I was said from the beginning, and you said no.
Yeah, I think we got to go to it just to check it out. Could be we could also
get snookered there too.
Yeah. But I think
we'll find more opportunities.
yeah,
because people drop shit
all the time.
Oh yeah,
All the time.
Okay. Anyway, I was looking at Google,
Okay.
just kind of checking out what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see they found a mass grave of babies
Where?
in a septic system in Ireland of a young mother's home that was run by nuns? Like hundreds of baby remains.
How long? Or how old do they? How long? Like how old is? Or what do you say? How long have they been there? Or how old is? How old?
I don't know. I think it's been a while.
Like hundreds of years?
No, I think. Well, no, because hundreds of years in a septic system, it would.
That's true. Dang. Are you serious?
Yeah, let me look. It was. I didn't want to read a lot of it because I don't care about a lot of death, but I'm not really good with
Kids.
Yeah.
Mass grave.
Here you go. Bangkok Post. Top tier news. Over 800 remains from newborns to 9-year-olds died at the Tumans mother and baby home.
2 days ago, ABC News. Her
research pointed to children's likely final resting place, a disused septic tank discovered in 1975.
And they just found it? Or they're just...
The home was run by Catholic nuns between 1925 and 1961. The site was left largely untouched after the institution was knocked down in 1972.
So then obviously the septic tanks just got left there.
Yeah.
Work begins 2 days ago. Work begins in Ireland to exhume remains of hundreds of babies found. Dang.
Nuns ran it. What does that tell you about religion? That's a problem.
Well,
nuns. They're supposed to be like the most religious.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is like...
But priests also aren't supposed to check young boys' colons.
Normally, no.
And nuns should not be.
But I feel like, and maybe this is just like a... I feel like, well, where it's like, you're like, well, they look mean.
Nuns?
Yeah. Till this day, they look mean.
You're like, ooh.
She mean.
They can hit
I mean, maybe they're nice people. Maybe, I don't know. But
wasn't Mother Teresa a nun?
Yeah.
Was she mean?
I would like to think she wasn't.
I think she was nice. What about Mother Cabrini? She's mean.
She is? To you?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of kids.
A mother Cabrini who loved me and loved people would not have put all those stairs and all of that hill work in.
Oh. So you felt like she was picking at you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, she wasn't. She was helping you.
No.
I need that towel.
That was the worst part of my entire world.
Oh, that's a lot of kids to die.
Yeah.
So there was never a septic tank. It's probably just a hole with or whatever for the body. And they called it a septic tank.
Maybe they pooped down there too.
Oh man, those
all waste.
Whoever has to clean that up. Oh no.
Maybe it's dried up poop that doesn't stink.
I don't care.
Still poop.
It's human flesh. Where does that smell? The smell, if it's in a thing contained, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. But
and they're never. You know what the sad
like
thing is?
Opening a fridge with the power.
I wonder if it was like was it like an orphanage?
It was a wayward home for young mothers.
What's that? What's a wayward?
Where young mothers, like families would send the pregnant teenager
to off to
because you don't have pregnant teenagers.
Oh,
you know.
Dang, that's sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. In Ireland, we have rent. Oh,
those are your people.
Yeah, we gotta see. Those are JJ's people.
Yeah,
it's her fault. Yeah. All right, now for fun.
Okay, that's.
Did you see the new Corvette?
No.
There's a Corvette ZR1X.
Let me see. It's the new style, new model or whatever.
Top speed 233 miles an hour.
Why do you need a car that goes
0 to 60 in under 2 seconds.
in under 2? Damn.
How is that a thing?
How much will it cost? Between $190,000 and $200,000
Pretty cheap
for a car that can go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Yeah,
for a hypercar.
yeah. So it's not even out yet. Oh, it's an electric car.
Oh, it's electric?
That's
It's the
why-
R1X?
That's why it can go that
so
fast.
Yeah. It can't last long, though. You probably can't go very far.
One slam on the gas, your battery.
Well, because that's a lot of battery to get
Yeah. How heavy? I want to know how big.
233 miles per hour. That's fast. So it
Yeah.
might be because I'm stupid.
All-wheel drive.
I thought in Germany, the only place there wasn't a speed limit was the Autobahn.
Mm-hmm.
There's not like speed limit signs.
In Italy, there was no speed limit signs. I
You
don't
just
think.
drive as fast as you feel safe.
Oh no! In Italy, there was no stop sign. There's lights, but a lot of the streets don't
Just hope. What if you have two type A's? People who don't ever,
move.
or give leeway. You know, those people like nobody can pass them on the highway, even if they're just going.
That's why I like driving my truck because I get over and people move.
They help.
Yeah, they're just.
I never understood the people who get truly angry or disturbed if someone just passes them. Like it's
Yeah.
not
Or
personal.
or like they don't let, or like when people
or they
like,
won't let somebody in
on
because they're-
purpose.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. I don't.
they can't
get
be
it
in
either.
front of me.
Yeah.
There's probably nothing more irritating to me when driving when there's plenty of space for you to get over.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've gone far enough ahead that you're not impeding the person. You did all the things you could do to make it easy. And as soon as you turn on a blinker, they step on the gas and like close that little gap.
Yeah.
How does someone's brain work to be like, oh no, can't let anybody in?
Yeah.
Nope, nobody gets in.
I don't know.
It makes me want to get in front of them and then wish I had a friend that could be on the side and just slow down. Like 5 under the speed limit.
Yeah. I rented a Tesla this week for the 2 days.
Oh, I thought you weren't doing that anymore.
What, renting cars?
Yeah, no Teslas. You don't like them.
I don't mind them.
They self-drive.
I don't use self-drive. I've tried it when I rented that Tesla to drive Uber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
How long did you keep your hands off the steering wheel?
Well, that was an older model, so like
It didn't have true steering.
it did, but you had to almost touch the wheel constantly. And honestly, like self-driving, I would probably never use it. Like if you're on a road trip or something, I think it can come in handy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like driving from here to Chicago?
Yeah, like I think that it can come in good for that. For driving around town though, because there are some features like it won't stop if it sees like a red light. But it'll stop if there's a car in front of you.
It won't stop at a red light?
No.
It will.
Not the one I had, no.
It needs to.
So like if you go to the stop sign, you have to stop it. If you go to the stoplight and it sees the stoplight,
How am I supposed to eat spaghetti?
I don't know. But if you're self-driving and you're in back of a car and it sees the brakes, it'll slow down.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I know. But I did rent that. I stepped on that a few times.
Yeah, they're fast.
They are fast. They are very fast.
Fast.
They're pretty cool. I want to rent a Cybertruck. I would never buy one, but I want to drive one.
I'll go.
I want to drive one.
Let's get one for a day. There's got to be somewhere out here.
Yeah. I wonder how much they are.
Just call Marcus Edwards.
He has one?
I think he got one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
A Cybertruck? I don't know if I would spend, what are they, 100 grand?
Probably.
What kind of tax credit you get?
You know what people should do that's inexpensive?
What?
They should click that join button.
It's only,
It's right there.
what is it, $1.99?
$1.99 a month. You get to watch every unedited episode on the members live section.
Yep.
You get almost every episode you get earlier, even the edited version. Sometimes they go up same day.
Yep.
And I think we're gonna work on a way to do a little bit of when we go do Mike and Trevor Try Things. We may go live to members a little bit here and there, not for the whole event, but like for a piece of it, so they can see what we got.
That would be cool.
$1.99 a month.
Check it out.
It's awesome. It keeps us moving in the right direction.
Yep.
If you can't, and I get it, at least click that subscribe button.
And turn the bell on.
Turn on the bell, do all the things, like, subscribe, turn on the bell. Isn't that what they do?
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, turn on the bell.
Yep. Turn on that notification bell.
Yep, do that for us. Hook us up a little bit there.
That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'd appreciate that.
I'm streaming Red Dead 2 RP on my Twitch channel too.
I thought you were doing it to TikTok.
Here's the thing. I will do some streaming to TikTok.
Okay.
The issue is you have to shrink your field of view really like
small
to go on TikTok. So you can't see, like Red Dead is such a really good looking game.
So if you play it on here, you have to shrink it.
No, I'm playing on a full screen.
Oh, but you're saying the people can't see.
They only see like the very middle sliver of the screen.
And on Twitch, you see the whole thing?
On Twitch, yeah, I set you set your field of view. But for TikTok, the field of view is 1080 by 1920. Like it's only
So when you go on Twitch,
mm-hmm.
you put the game up, right? And then you put yourself in there.
I have a face cam that's in there, yeah.
And then you're just in the corner?
Yeah, I'm down in the corner.
Talking to him?
So when I stream on Twitch, I have a face cam that's down in the corner. And I keep that mic that goes out to Twitch hot the whole time. So I can just turn and talk to the chat on Twitch. The people in game can't hear me unless I press a button on my mouse that turns on audio in game.
You think people cheat and go to your Twitch thing and listen?
Yes, that's a huge thing.
That's stupid.
It's called metagaming, and it's like the number one no-no in RP world is you can't watch somebody else's stream, gain knowledge, use that knowledge to go in
and up your
So what happens a lot of times if you're in a gang and you're beefing, that gang will watch anybody's stream and they'll know exactly where your team is in the city. So
see, that's not really playing. That's cheating.
No, and you can get kicked out of a server if someone finds out. They kick you out of a server.
Good, because that defeats the whole purpose of a role play game.
Well, and it defeats the purpose of being able to stream.
Yeah,
I should be able to stream without worry that it's compromising everything that's going on.
Yeah. So if you do that, don't do it.
It's just weak. It's so weak.
Don't be lame.
Super lames.
But yeah. What else you got? You got one topic?
Nothing.
You don't got no topics?
I just told you.
You've been sitting here.
We went through all my time.
You've been sitting
Mass
here?
graves.
That's sad. Your topics were dark today.
Corvette.
That was cool.
Tornadoes.
Tornadoes are... I wish we knew somebody that did a tornado chase.
Kay Miller wants to chase tornadoes bad.
I've always wanted to.
She wants to storm chase so bad.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like,
so
it would be fun, but all you're asking for is to die. You're like, hey, can I get close enough to this that it'll hurt me?
Yeah. Yeah. Because if I get close enough, that's it.
It'll pick up the car.
You'd be up there with Dorothy.
And a cow. Is that what you want?
Well, I want to die. I don't know if I want to get
You want to die by tornado?
No, I don't. I want to get close enough, but I don't want to get... I don't want to get anything
That's
hurt.
why I just watch him on YouTube.
No.
What if you watch him on YouTube in VR on a huge screen?
What's the closest you can get to have a rush without putting yourself in danger?
I don't know, but I don't also want to be the person that finds out.
Yeah, because I really want to.
Because they can change direction.
Yeah. I'm subscribed to that guy's page on Facebook, Reed Timmerman, I think his name's.
Is he a tornado guy?
Yeah. Well, he's a meteorologist guy, but he does a lot of tornadoes. He was on, and then they had his, what was it? Storm Chasers on TLC or I don't know. And then I got him from there and I just started, but yeah, he'll be like, hey, there's a supercell over here, blah, blah, blah. It's just, that's a lot of driving.
She wants to go bad.
We should, well.
And I'm like,
You could do without? I
mean, I'm risky in life. Like I I'll do the things.
What's more risking than possibly there's
but that's the thing. Like
you just want to get like scared. You don't want to die. Not yet.
There's not an upside.
If you survive,
like, if I bungee jump,
okay, let me put it.
It's enjoyable the whole. If we go chase a storm and catch one,
so let's say we drive.
The prize is
the
death.
Well, no, wouldn't it be like fulfilling for you if we in the storm and then all of a sudden we drive through it and the doors are falling off and you're like, woo, no.
That just seems like a bad choice. That's not a pre-planned adventure.
That's the problem.
At least if I jump out of an airplane, I've got a parachute on.
Well, what if it don't open?
Then you've got a spare.
You go to the one in Colorado up here, and again,
you can burn in.
It might not.
But if you catch a storm,
I want to go.
You and Kay Miller could go.
I've always wanted to.
I'll put a GoPro on your head.
I'd do it. I would do it. It just sucks because somebody really has to pay attention while they drive. They can't really look at the storm.
No, the driver has
to be
what I mean?
The driver got to be the driver.
I'm not in.
What?
I just don't think that's not how I want to die.
Well, the plan's not to die.
That's the plan. If you're trying to catch a storm, if you're trying to catch a tornado, the plan is that's going on your.
There has been storm chasers that have died.
Yeah, that's going on your eulogy.
What? They storm chasing?
Finally caught the storm.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're here today. Mission accomplished.
Boom. Yeah. Storm chasing would be all right. Not saying do it every day, but one time.
Maybe.
One time?
Maybe.
For that rush?
Not that close.
Like how close? For you, how close?
Outside of the winds that are throwing like 4x8 sheets of plywood.
Yeah, like I don't want anything to be thrown. Like
that's the problem. Like as you get close,
you get so like where do you feel the edge of like that wind? Like oh dang, like I don't want to get.
Is that close enough?
That for me, I think that would be close enough. Like where you're like obviously you don't want to get shit thrown at you, which is yeah.
So we toughed out mild hurricanes in the RV.
Did you guys get it on film?
I don't know. Kay Miller might have filmed some with her phone. But you don't go outside.
Well, she would have blew away.
It's not enjoyable. Like you don't open the door and you're like, oh, this is beautiful.
No, you don't want to do like the cameraman? I mean, not the weatherman that's out there.
It's hanging on to the street sign.
No, they all do this. They all do this with the raincoat.
Yeah. No. So at the end of a hurricane, there's video. We'll find. I have it somewhere. I'll send it to Kristen. She might have it too, where we went down to that southernmost point of the U.S., that buoy in Key West.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that big, it's at the end of the bottom of the Keys. And we went there at the end, towards the end of a hurricane when it wasn't so bad, but the waves crashing over the top of you.
Really?
It's huge.
Dang.
And this was the end, not like
the begin. Yeah.
Not like full power.
Like, yeah, not like a Category 5 storm.
No.
You know, no. Like the Hurricane Katrina. Nah, that's not a good time.
No.
Like
None of them.
Like a 1?
It's a windstorm.
Yeah, that's fine.
A little bit windy.
Yeah.
You gotta anchor down the satellite.
Okay.
Because
it'll go away.
Our Starlink blew off once. Had to buy another one.
I bet.
Yeah.
You never found it,
Oh, I found it.
Oh, it was just destroyed?
It just didn't do well.
Oh, speaking of Starlink, Ashley Yoder posted on her Instagram. Not yesterday, the day before. She's seen the rocket go off, like the Starlink rocket. It passed through her
SpaceX.
Yeah, it's best. Like didn't pass like right over, but
did it blow up?
No, I don't think so.
What about the firmament?
I don't think she's seen that far.
They have to blow up if they hit the firmament. We've been told.
That's what we've been told. It's on its way down.
Let's answer one question
on live.
On
here
on the episode.
Okay, what are you number?
So here's the thing: we normally do this after the show ends with members who are live. You know, $1.99 a month. If you click that join button, we let them give us a number out of the book, 3,000 questions about me. We take a random number from them, and then we answer the question cold. They don't normally make it in the show, but we're going to do it today.
Yep.
So one of the members give
what
us
do
a
we got?
number. Let's see. Okay. What's up, Colin? Somebody give us a number. There we go. 744.
744.
619 and 226. 744, 619, 226. And then we'll wind up this episode. 744.
I don't know what this means, but we're gonna read it here.
I'm in.
If you were going to be a famous artist,
Yes.
who would be your muse?
Muse is like the person that's your inspiration.
Oh. An artist. Artist, are we talking drawings? Paintings? What are we talking?
As a muse, you would think that would be art.
Oh.
Yeah, drawing.
Well, I just got back from
Sculpting.
Italy. So probably one of those guys, because them paintings were unreal. Probably
Let me
Michelangelo.
Let me give you the right answer.
Okay.
Of course, the only muse I could have in my life is my beautiful wife,
Oh.
Kay Miller. When I think of creating something beautiful, she's the inspiration for that.
Okay. You won today.
Got that one.
Okay. All right. There you
That's a muse.
go. All right.
What was the other numbers? 619.
What thing that you've made are you most proud of? What have I made?
4 kids.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of them.
Yeah.
Physically made? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah. Let's say physically made. Let's say physically.
I don't know that I've physically made anything that awesome. I made a fire pit in our backyard.
Yeah, that's cool. My hot tub. I made my hot tub.
Oh, yeah, you did the coil and
Yeah.
everything, huh? Yeah.
I love that thing too. Maybe that's what mine is, because I get that thing
What
hot.
have we made? We made stuff.
Maybe we need to do more. Maybe we need to do
make some more stuff.
Maybe we need to do a Mike and Trevor makes crafts.
I made this ring.
Oh yeah, you making rings, jewelry. TJ, the jeweler.
You know, I was thinking
Oh, you could. Your business card
TikTok
could be
channel.
like TJ,
the
but
jeweler.
the jeweler.
The jeweler.
Bam.
I was thinking about that TikTok channel that I was going to stream on,
Mm-hmm.
converting it into a channel where we make rings.
Why just rings? Oh, because you got the whole set.
Because it's what I know how to make. But what if you ordered a ring and I made your ring live on TikTok so you could see it being made and then package it up and ship it off to you? Like put up like 4 or 5 spoons and say,
Here, pick your
your spoon if you want it.
Oh, that would be cool.
$29.95 includes shipping in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Matthew.
Yeah, $500.
And then we go live with the spoon that they picked and they can see the whole process from
Start to finish.
yeah.
That would be cool.
I'm getting pretty good.
That's what you're doing all in your spare time, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at it. I've been making a lot. I have all the stuff to make coin rings. Justin Wallace is going to come over and help me
Figure it out.
with the engineering part of it because I've been ruining a lot of coins.
He's got a few dollars in there.
I'm not good at the coins yet. I'm not good
Okay.
there. All right, last question.
All right.
226.
226.
How is Ashley Yoder? Is she still mad about that shit-ass decision?
Yeah, she's taking a break and then figuring it out.
Trying to clear her head from that?
Oh, this is disgusting.
Oh.
What is your opinion on rats as pets? No.
Uh-uh.
No. Never. Not never.
That's a rodent.
Yeah.
That's not a pet. That's a rodent.
Yeah.
That's the thing that carries disease and poops. And
Nope.
we've had bunnies in this house
Oh, really?
as pets. And that's another thing I would never do.
I'd probably never.
They just smell. There's nothing good about it.
They're
No matter how much you clean it, no matter,
It's like they smell musty.
everything just stinks.
Mm-hmm. I never.
It took like 3 months to get the smell out.
Ah, damn, that's a long time. Yeah, nope, never.
And it wasn't like they didn't get cleaned, or it just, they'd smell.
Ugh.
All right. I think that's all we got to say about that today.
That's all we got for today, guys.
Click that join button.
Click the join button. Not $1.99.
Yep, $1.99 a month. You can catch me on Twitch.
Catch
Trevor does
Trevor
it.
on Trevor Does Twitch.
Trevor does it, all one word.
Yeah.
I'll
Watch
be streaming
him play.
some Red Dead today.
And don't be
later on.
cheating.
Don't be sniping me.
Yeah, don't be cheating.
Stream sniper.
Yeah. Otherwise,
What do you got going on?
gotta go to work. So I'll do that till tonight. Go home and then get ready for tomorrow. I got a long day tomorrow. I got a lot of sessions tomorrow. So
Oh, who you got tomorrow?
I got one at 10, one at 11, one at 12. And then probably JJ in the evening.
Hours of shoulder pain.
Straight. Yeah, straight.
Who you got? Anybody?
Elias. And then I have Chris. He's fighting not this weekend. Next weekend.
So it's his
In
last
Vegas.
hard week.
Yeah. He took it on a few week notice.
Oh,
So
he's got to have hard camp
Yeah.
all the way in.
yeah. So and then Jeremiah.
Nice.
Bigger guys. So
Oof. Tough on the arms.
Yeah.
And then JJ every evening.
every evening, yeah.
I need a video of her doing some push-ups this week.
Push-ups.
Yeah.
She hasn't done any.
Wake her up. Wake her up early and tell her 50 push-ups
Start fighting.
and
with me.
100 sit-ups before you can come downstairs.
Just start fighting. Yeah.
Can you take her?
Yeah. Easy.
No problem.
No, zero problems.
It's all in training.
All.
I won't talk about coaches like that.
It's all in training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know one.
Yeah, I'm sure. We probably know more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know more. We at least know. I bet you if we really sat down and thought about it, we at least know 4.
People that coach their wives and use training as a form of discipline.
Yep.
They're out there.
Whoa.
You know what's not out there?